morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. Today, I'm out here picking some of my peppers. If they've started blushing, starting to pick them because on the larger ones, these are golden Marconis, so there's a little bit of blushing on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm starting to see where something, which I assume is the grasshoppers, are eating them. So I'm picking them pretty early. This is a red pepper, and so I just went ahead and picked it because it's blushing. This one too. And then I have quite a bit of jalapeno peppers that are ready to go. And I made jalapeno poppers on my own from scratch the other day, and they were delicious. When I say on my own, I use the recipe. But they were delicious. My son said they were better than the ones that we get from the store. He loves them. By the way, Farmers Defense sent me this really cool apron. Let me see. See it? And it has a whole bunch of pockets, and it fits me really nicely. I'm a smaller person, and they sent me these arm covers, which I don't normally deal with mosquitoes, but in the last few days, there's been mosquitoes everywhere. So these came like just in time. I put a link to them in the box below if you are interested in them, but they fit really nicely. They cover your hands, they cover your arms. I got a small, and they have all different types of designs on them. Like, I really like them, and I really like this apron too. Today I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup in the garden. My tromboncino squash have given up the ghost. And so there they are. These just started growing again in the last few days, but if you see, like the tromboncino squash, they're not happy anymore. It's unfortunate because those are the ones that were growing really well. Also, one thing that I think I need to think about, get my Determinate tomatoes. Those are Determinate tomatoes. They've been in since April. They are still growing and still have fruit on them. That is starting to even ripen. That one is starting to blush. And so maybe I need to think about growing more Determinate tomatoes, because I'm going to show you my Indeterminate tomatoes, which are still growing, but they don't look as good as these. Ooh, the sun went behind the clouds, so that's cool. Look at those tomatoes, and they're still growing. Like right here, that's tomato, that's tomato. I'm going to research that a little bit in the off season. These are my Indeterminates, still growing. Look a lot worse than the Determinate. Still have tomatoes on them, and I think there's one that's blushing over here. I'm just taking the blushing things because I think the grasshoppers are getting to them. And then there's a little spot right there. Something went in there, but still be good for eating. So the cucumber plants are also looking a little rough. Still producing cucumbers. That's a small one, but I prefer them small. I'll let these go a little bit longer. But yeah, still producing cucumbers. We got a little squash down there. That would be my first squash of the season. And there's more over there as well. So I'm very excited about that. You know, I haven't been growing too many squash. Like I said, that would be my first one. A lot of the pepper plants are starting to flower again. So I'll be getting my second round soon, I guess. We are starting to see a little bit of yellowing, or even a little bit of disease. I came through and pulled them off, but I mean, of all of these plants, there's probably only 5 or 6 leaves, so I cannot complain about that. The cantaloupe, as soon as this one falls off, the big one fell off this morning and I didn't think to record it. And when that one finishes ripening, I am going to pull these plants out because they look very diseased. There are new leaves growing, and they also look diseased. Because my plan is to start planting my fall vegetables at the beginning of September at the latest, so that I can get some good growth before the weather cools down too much. Because when you're planting fall vegetables, you plant them at the end of summer, but you want them to have a good amount of time with some warmer weather so that they can get established. And so that is my plan, and I'm hopeful that I can get that done. In the spaces where I tried to plant more things and it did not work, mostly because I'm pretty sure it's compacted, I'm gonna pull that stuff out probably this weekend, honestly, and I'm going to run the fork through it and add some compost to it just to kind of lighten it up and take away the compaction that is in it. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these Shishito peppers so that the plant will know to go ahead and produce more for me. I had some of these last night with dinner, just blistered, and they are delicious. Gonna leave the smaller ones, pull some of the leaves that looking a little rough. So that is, I don't know if you can see me because I can't see you. The sun is behind me. That's a fungus. I watered these plants really good last night when I got home because they were droopy. But like I said, peppers can stand to dry out a little bit, so not a big deal. I'm standing under the loofah trellis that has no loofah, but it does give me a little bit of shade. The bugs, oh my God. It does give me a little bit of shade, but I see a pretty blue butterfly flower. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that. So I grew these flowers because they're beautiful, for one, and for two, they are blue, but they look a little purple to me, and purple is my favorite color. But you can make tea out of these. I have not tried that yet, but I may do that today. I think there was more than one up there, kind of being enclosed by the loofah vine that won't grow me any loofah. I needed a basket because like these pockets are full, but look how much you can get in the pockets. Some of them, I am sure, supposed to be used for like gardening tools, but I just used it to get all of my vegetables this morning. You know, I slept in really late this morning. This week kicked my butt. That's why we didn't have a Wednesday video. Like, I thought about it. I was working this week with a cutoff, my own personal cutoff of 11:45. Like, I'm not working past 11:45. I came home Wednesday and I was like, I'm not working. And I laid across the bed and I was like, I'm just gonna take a break, then I'm gonna go do my video. I woke up the next morning. And I've been getting to work early too. So that's why we didn't have a video Wednesday. But look at my vegetables this morning. So, quick update on the seedlings that I had to save. They are looking amazing. And these are the other ones that I had to replant. I do not know what was in this one. I need to check it because it's clearly not growing. Here's some calendula in here. And I made a mistake and planted calendula and dill in the same tray. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna work out. And dill doesn't really like its roots disturbed from what I read. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. And the Brussels sprouts are looking good too. So giving them a little more time indoors. But I'm very happy. Didn't lose them all. And I can now start to harden these off, honestly. But I gotta get some space. There's no point in hardening them off if I don't have space, right? So I'm back out in the garden now and I'm gonna do some actual work. I got some wine because I'm gonna do it slowly but surely. I'm going to go ahead and pull the Tromboncino squash like I said earlier today. It's only one of them. I kind of looked at it earlier and so one of them is dead, the other one is still living, and that's the one that Tromboncino squash that I'm going to let grow and go until it is very hard and maybe tastes like butternut squash. I'm going to leave that vine so that that one can continue to ripen. I also have some tomatoes over here where I've pulled the last tomato off and the vine looks pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out of the bag. And I'm probably gonna start moving my bags to where they will be for the winter, which will be on the fence line back here. My dog and my daughter are playing, if you hear that noise in the background. Also, the noise this morning, which was just nature noise, was really loud. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it, and I'm sorry for that noise. I may need to look at getting a mic that kind of cancels out the noise. I might look at that. So I think I have mentioned that I've had a squash bug issue this whole year, and I have been keeping on top of it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to the Tromboncino squash. There are squash bug eggs everywhere. Let me show you. There's some right there. Some up here. There's some right there. Squash bugs had a ball over here. Once I stopped kind of paying attention, there goes a squash bug right there. They're everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut my losses on this, and I'm going to pull the plant that does not have the ripening squash on it. If I make a mistake and cut something that it belongs to, I'm not gonna be that sad. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out. So I'm just gonna cut it at the bottom. I'm not gonna pull the roots out. Leaving the roots in leaves organic matter in your soil, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut it piece by piece in hopes that I don't cut that one, but if I do, it's okay. So I did not make a mistake and cut the one that was still going. So that's a plus. So yeah, kind of saying bye to the Tromboncino squash for this season. I'm gonna see if I can find any squash bugs and squash bug eggs. And if so, I'm gonna go ahead and cut those. Okay, so that is the end of the Tromboncino squash.
Thank you. Okay. So, hi. I'm in a Spider-Man suit, and what's the weather?
What?
How hot is it out here? I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know how hot it is out here, but I'm in a Spider-Man suit in it. We just ain't gonna talk about that. I messed that up a little bit, but it still worked perfectly fine.
Okay, so we have some tomatoes that just can come out. Determinate tomatoes that we just gonna take out. If there's nothing growing on them, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it, save myself a little bit of work, save myself a little bit of extra time coming out here to check. Even if there's flowers, I'm probably gonna cut it. If I'm honest, and I try to keep it honest with you all, I am tired of the summer garden. I'm ready for fall. Get out of my video.
They like me.
This is so tangled. There was one in here, I think, that could be pulled. It might have been the one that I just pulled, or it's this.
I see a bunch of green ones.
Right here. Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take the Spider-Man suit off because it's not the best suit to wear when it's hot and there's mosquitoes out. Not the best suit. Not one bit.
Yeah, so that was literally just a stick. I pulled the last tomato off of this earlier this week. Probably makes sense for me to try to pull some of the leaves off of the cucumbers, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm probably gonna end up pulling those cucumbers probably, I would say, in the next 2 weeks, well, especially before September. Hey girls, hey. Hello ladies. Would you like a treat? Would you like a treat? Yes. Okay. Let's see if we got any eggs. We only got one today. Yep. Just one. So like I was saying about the peppers, whoever's eating my vegetables is eating all of my vegetables. It's not a mouse though, so I'm okay with that. And the chickens will love it. So in this spot right here, there's only like 3 tomatoes left, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull those 2 and move the bags more than likely between now and the weekend. I'm gonna pull the green ones and just let them ripen in the house. because they don't look that good and they're being eaten. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them. There's only 3 of them anyway. There's way more over on the other side that we just came from, and then there's way more in the other section. But I'm gonna go ahead and take these down. I'm sure that will make the eggplant much happier. I also have some African daisies that never really produced well. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those too. They're right here and they're just very viney. And since it's the end of the year and I'm just trying to clean things out, let other things grow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out. So although it's pretty much the end of fall, I'm going to put this in some soil. I've cut it out of a pot. I'm gonna put it in some soil and kind of see what happens. See if not what happens, because I know it's gonna root, I know it's gonna grow. Want to see if between now and November, I'll get some more tomatoes off of this. So I will keep you posted on that. You know what I didn't show you all earlier in the video is my carrots. They're still looking good in this bag. Of course, they're gonna have to be thinned, but I'm gonna let them grow more. This carrot bag is still looking very sparse and I'm probably going to reseed it. So that's all I'm doing today. I got another little harvest this evening from clearing out some plants. Let's see what I got. Those are not vegetables. Bunch of tomatoes. There's an egg in here somewhere. There it goes. And one more pocket left to empty. There it goes. There you go. And that is a black one. I can't remember the name of it, but I wanted to taste it. The mice ate the first one. So that's my little harvest for this evening. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I will hopefully see you on Wednesday if my work week calms down at all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to visit me over on Instagram at Miss MS Asia Spratly, where I post about the things going on in the garden every day. Bye.